Welcome everybody, my name is Brendan Snyder, thank you for joining me. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, I'm attempting to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, we're going to take a look today at a brand new Kansas album called The Absence of Presence. It just came out Friday, July 17th of 2020, and it's actually the second album with the current lineup. And if you're not familiar with Kansas, they're an American-style heartland rock band that has symphonic arrangements mixed in with it, and they formed all the way back in 1970. And so this actually makes it their 50th anniversary, and it's really great to be getting a brand new studio album for that as opposed to just another best of collections that most bands do. And so they released their debut in 1974, but it wasn't until 1976 and the album Left Overture that they really took off. This album here has the classic rock staple on it, Carry On Wayward Son. It just is one of those songs that is ubiquitous that you hear everywhere. Ultimately, the album going 4 times platinum. And then the 1977 album, Point of No Return, continued the band's success. This one here featuring the title track song, but also featuring the all-time classic ballad Dust in the Wind, and then going 4 times platinum as well. And so the band would release 2 more albums with the classic lineup. However, in 1981, original vocalist and keyboardist Steve Walsh would leave the group due to creative differences over the direction that the music was taking. And so with an altered lineup and fluctuating members, the band would release 4 more albums in the 80s, but in the 90s they would only release 1 album, 1995's Freak of Nature. However, in 2000, they would reunite with the original lineup and then record the album Somewhere to Elsewhere. But this album here would actually prove to be the final album with original vocalist and keyboardist Steve Walsh, as he would quit the band in 2014. And so from that album until the most recent, up until Prelude Implicit, it took 16 years between those albums. And so we finally got this one in 2016, which brings us all the way up to the present album, the one that just came out Friday, July 17th. This one here, The Absence of Presence, it's their 16th studio album. It's got 9 epic songs on it. It's their second album to feature new vocalist Ronnie Platt, and the bulk of the songs on here are actually written by newer members. We've got guitarist Zach Rivsey and then keyboardist Tom Brislin doing the bulk of the writing on here. And I have to say that this album really amazed me. It's easily their best work since the 80s. For me, it surpasses the work in the 90s, even the reunion album, and I think it's even better than their last album with the same lineup. The band themselves, I think, have really gelled on this, and I think the newer members have really come into their own. And the songs themselves are very strong, they're heartfelt, emotional, charismatic, grandiose, like all at the same time. And they're all like little mini epics with a lot of depth that sort of require continual listens to really explore the full depth of what each of those songs are. Some of the standout songs on here, we got track number 1, The Absence of Presence, the title track. And for me, it kicks off with an unmistakable sound that is classic Kansas in its full majestic force. And then track 2, we've got Throwing Mountains. This opening riff is really quite heavy, but it works perfectly with the melodic violins that are over the top of this song. And I really personally like this song. Track 5, Memories Down the Line. It's a beautiful ballad in the classic Kansas style. And then track 6, we've got Circus of Illusion. And it's a very powerful, driving song, and in my opinion, probably the most classic sounding Kansas song on here. So let's take a look at this. It's got really great art on this. This is the back side. If we open up the full thing, you get the full form of the art here. And it's got a cool sort of triple gatefold fold out. You get the album itself on CD, but you also get 5.1 Blu-ray surround sound disc as well. And I'll pop the discs out here so you can see what's underneath it. And there's the track listing. I actually have the track listing on the inside, as it's not on the back side, and really instead lets you focus on the art. And then we've got the booklet itself, which does the same thing. We can open it up all the way to see the full art there. And then on the inside, we've got cool full-page shots of the band members along with the lyrics. And so we'll go through each of the guys there in this. Billy Greer, Ronnie Platt, new vocalist, David Ragsdale on violin, guitar player, and original member Richard Williams there at the back. And so this album here, bottom line, I think if you've ever been a fan of Kansas and drifted away for some reason, and for whatever reason, now's the time to return and check this out. It's amazing to hear a band that's 50 years into their career making an album this good. And this album here, I think, has really done their legacy proud. So I think do yourself a favor, definitely check this album out. It's a stunning release by a classic band, and I don't think it'll let you down. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope everyone has a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.